The clock read 2:03 a.m. when the first bang came. Danielle Carter shot upright in bed, heart pounding. For a moment she thought it was thunder, until the second hit shook the doorframe. Voices outside, flashlights cutting through the curtains. Then, "Police! Open up!" Her blood turned to ice. She wasn't a criminal. She wasn't hiding anything. But when you're half asleep and the night explodes with shouting, reason doesn't help much. She slipped on her robe, barely managing to grab her phone before the lock cracked, and the front door burst open. The hallway filled with blinding white light. Two officers stormed inside, weapons drawn. "Hands where we can see them!" one shouted. Danielle froze, trembling. "Wait, I live here." They didn't listen. One pushed her against the wall, twisting her wrist. Cold metal brushed her skin. "What are you doing?" she gasped. "This is my house." "Ma'am, step back," the taller officer barked. "We got a call about a break-in." A break-in at her own address. Her mind spun. She had moved here 6 months ago, quiet neighborhood, no trouble. Someone must have seen the lights on and made assumptions. The second officer's tone carried the weight of suspicion. "You got ID on you?" "In the kitchen," she said softly. "Wallet's in my purse, just let me—" "Don't move," he warned, pressing a hand to his holster. Fear rose in her throat. She could barely breathe, but training kept her from panicking. They didn't know who she was. They searched her living room, tossing cushions, sweeping flashlights across the walls. Every beam made her heart jump. "Place looks too fancy," one muttered. "No way she bought this." Danielle's jaw clenched. "Excuse me?" He ignored her. "Got a registration for that car outside?" "That's my car," she said through her teeth. They didn't believe her. They never do, she thought bitterly. Her voice shook with fear and anger. "You're making a mistake." "Then prove it," the taller one snapped. "I will if you stop threatening me in my own home." That tone made him turn sharply. "You watch yourself," he warned. Danielle's pulse hammered. Her mind raced through scenarios, each worse than the last. She had her FBI credentials framed on the wall in her office, but reaching for them might look like reaching for a weapon. She swallowed hard, thinking, not yet. "Wait for your moment." The shorter officer returned from the hallway. No sign of forced entry in the back. "Then she must have come through the front," the other said. "Dispatch said possible burglary. Fits the description." "What description?" Danielle demanded. "I'm the homeowner." "Ma'am, calm down." "Calm down?" Her voice cracked. "You broke into my house at 2 in the morning. The tall one took a step closer, hand still near his gun. "Stop yelling. We're doing our job." Tears stung her eyes, but she forced herself to breathe. "Don't give them fear. Give them control. Your job," she whispered, "is about to cost you everything." He frowned, about to retort. "If you're enjoying this story so far, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications because what happens next will shock everyone." The shorter officer's flashlight drifted up the hallway, sweeping across framed photos, Danielle shaking hands with officials, standing beside a flag, wearing a tactical vest. Then the light stopped. On the far wall hung a navy blue FBI jacket, neatly framed with a badge beneath it and a nameplate that read, "Special Agent Danielle Carter." The silence was immediate. The taller cop's voice faltered. "Wait, what is that?" She turned slowly, her fear gone, replaced by something harder. "That," she said quietly, "is the jacket I earned after 10 years of federal service." His hand dropped from his holster. The flashlight trembled in his partner's hand. "You're," he stammered. "You're with the Bureau?" She stepped closer, meeting his eyes. "Senior Field Agent, Washington Division. And right now, both of you are trespassing in a federal agent's home without a warrant." The room seemed to shrink around them. The weight of what they'd done settled heavy in the air. The taller officer swallowed hard. "Ma'am, we thought—" "You thought wrong," she cut in, her voice sharp as glass. "You broke down my door. You threw me against a wall. And you did it because you assumed someone who looked like me didn't belong here." Neither man spoke. Their flashlights lowered. Danielle's breathing slowed. She was still shaking, but now it was from fury, not fear. She reached for her phone on the counter and dialed a number, her supervisor's. "Yeah," she said calmly when he answered. "It's Carter. I need internal affairs on scene immediately. 2 local officers just conducted an illegal entry and assault." Yes, my residence. She ended the call and looked back at them. You're going to wait outside until they arrive. The taller cop nodded stiffly. Yes, ma'am. He motioned for his partner and they backed toward the door, avoiding her eyes. Just before stepping out, one of them whispered, barely audible, "Oh my God!" She's FBI. Danielle didn't move. You should remember that next time you point a gun at someone in their own home. The house was quiet again. The clock still read 2:14 a.m. Her front door hung broken, splintered by the raid. She stood there, the echo of their boots fading into the night. Adrenaline still racing through her veins. For a long time she didn't speak. She just stared at that framed jacket. On the wall, the one